Can 15 minutes of walking daily really be better than an hour in the gym? There is some science to suggest that it can, but not for everyone. And this has been a huge debate recently because a lot of people don't have time to go to the gym. So if we could get similar results with just 15 minutes of walking, that would be amazing. But how do we make sure we're getting the right intensity during those 15 minutes? Well, let me explain. To understand whether walking for 15 minutes daily can be better than 1 hour in the gym, we need to first look at what people mean when they say this, because there are two possible scenarios that people might be thinking of. Scenario 1 is someone who goes to the gym and does a moderate intensity exercise for 30 minutes, then goes home and walks for another 30 minutes. In this case, it's easy to see why going for a walk instead of doing that extra 30 minutes of exercise would be beneficial. It's because after exercising in the gym, your body needs time to recover before you should do more intense exercise again. You wouldn't be able to do the same intensity as in the gym while walking outside. If you did, you'd probably pass out. But that's okay because research shows that we only need around 15 minutes of high-intensity exercise per week to experience all the benefits. So the person who went on a walk would have done more exercise overall, but it would have been low intensity and therefore less harmful to their body. However, scenario 2 is where things get complicated. And this is where someone doesn't go to the gym and do any exercise at all, but then goes home and tries to do high-intensity interval training by walking. And this is where it gets interesting because studies actually suggest that this could work, but it's not that simple. In this study from the British Journal of Sports Medicine, scientists compared the effects of traditional 60-minute exercise against high-intensity interval training, or HIIT training. What they found was that both groups experienced similar health benefits after 3 months. However, there were differences between the two groups. For example, the high-intensity interval training group improved their cardiorespiratory fitness, which is basically a measure of how fit you are, much faster than the traditional group. In fact, the improvement was so fast that the scientists said that more research is needed to find out whether interval training is even too good, because it could end up causing injury. At the same time, the traditional group saw greater improvements in muscle strength and muscle endurance. Overall, both groups saw similar improvements in heart health, weight, and body fat percentage. Now, while this sounds like great news for those of us who don't have time to go to the gym, remember that this is comparing a very specific form of interval training to an hour in the gym. To be clear, the group who did the interval training had to walk at a speed of 9 miles per hour for 2 minutes, then slow down for 3 minutes before speeding back up again. They also repeated this over and over for a full hour. This isn't the same as just walking, and unfortunately, most people wouldn't be able to do this level of interval training. It's too hard. This study showed that this kind of high-intensity interval training was better than traditional cardio for improving cardiorespiratory fitness, but it was worse for improving muscle strength and muscle endurance. Now, if you're someone who doesn't do any exercise at all, then it's still better than nothing. But if you're already going to the gym, then doing an hour of traditional exercise is going to be better than trying to do high-intensity interval training with a walk afterwards. This is because you'll be able to push yourself harder in the gym, which will lead to better results. So if you're already going to the gym, don't worry about going for a walk after. Just make sure you're recovering properly and you'll see better results overall. That said, if you're not going to the gym, then going for a brisk walk is still better than nothing. But to get similar results to the interval training group in the study, you'll need to make sure that you're walking fast enough. Well, if you want to make sure you're getting the right intensity while you're walking, there are a few different options available. The first and most accurate option is to use a treadmill that's hooked up to a heart rate monitor. This is because treadmills allow you to increase the incline, which increases the difficulty of the walk and gives you a more thorough workout. The problem with this option is that, well, you need access to a treadmill with a heart rate monitor. And I know not everyone has one of these at home. Luckily, there are a few other ways to tell if you're working hard enough while you're walking. The first is to use the talk test. During the study, the researchers made the participants walk at different speeds to compare their breathing rate with how fast they were walking. By looking at the data they collected, we can create our own graph showing how we should breathe while walking, and this is what we call the talk test. When we're walking, we can use this graph to determine how hard we're working based on whether or not we can talk. If we can speak comfortably, we're not working hard enough. If we can only get a few words out before needing to catch our breath, we're working too hard. We should aim to be in the middle. Another way we can tell if we're walking hard enough is to check our heart rate. We can use either a smartwatch or a heart rate monitor to check our heart rate while walking. The researchers in this study used a heart rate monitor to tell how hard the participants were working. And they found that at the right intensity, the heart rate should be between 120 and 140 beats per minute. So if you're walking and your heart rate is below 120, you need to pick up the pace. And if it's above 140, you need to slow down a little. Of course, this method depends on having a heart rate monitor or a smartwatch, which, again, not everyone has. Luckily, there's a third option. We can use perceived exertion. This is basically a number from 1 to 10 that describes how hard we feel we're working, with 1 being no exertion at all and 10 being the hardest you could ever imagine. Researchers asked the participants in the study to rate how hard they felt they were working during the walk, and they found that to get similar results to the interval training group, we should be working at around a 7 out of 10. So next time you're going for a walk, try rating how hard you feel you're working. If it's anything below a 7, you should try picking up the pace. It's important to note that you don't need to keep this level of intensity every single time you go for a walk. If you're working at this intensity every time you go for a walk, you're probably going to burn out pretty quickly. Instead, it's better to vary your intensity levels. Some days you can go for a light stroll, other days you can go for a power walk. There's also one other caveat to this study that we need to consider. The scientists compared various forms of exercise, but they didn't compare them directly. They compared interval training against traditional cardio, but not interval training against traditional weights, for example. It's entirely possible that 1 hour in the gym lifting weights would give better results than interval training. And that's something we don't know just from this study alone. Because of this, I think it's best to take a nuanced approach here. If you're not going to the gym at all, then it's great to start going for walks because it's better than nothing. But once you start going to the gym, it's better to do your weights and resistance training there. And then you can do a brisk walk for around 15 minutes before or after your session. This is because you'll be able to lift heavier weights in the gym, which will give you a better upper body workout. Overall, if you're already going to the gym and doing weights, then an hour there is definitely better than an hour of walking. But if you're not going to the gym and you have no intention of doing so, then it's great that you can get similar results with just 15 minutes of walking. So, what do you think? Does it seem like an hour in the gym is better than 15 minutes of walking to you? Let me know in the comments below. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please make sure you subscribe and leave a like. I'll see you in the next one.